There's one thing that is really, really frustrating when it comes to looking at what a lot of retail traders are doing, and a lot of the mistakes that they are making. So, someone who's been trading for 8.5 years, in 2024, it will be my ninth year trading. I've been trading full time, meaning that this is my sole source of income for the past 6 years, 6.5 years. I've learned a lot of things along the way, and I've talked to probably hundreds of traders within the past 3 to 4 years, and I see a lot of the same similarities in a lot of traders who are struggling, and that is just not realistically having a good outlook on the market. For one, treating it as some kind of slot machine, some kind of gambling addiction. Now, a lot of you may think, well, I'm not a gambler. I'm not someone who's looking to, make $1 million on a trade. But in theory, you are. You're not really understanding the power of compounding. Now, I want to make something very clear to you. We are not investors, so we're not looking to kind of compound small yearly returns year over year. But as a day trader, we are in the business of risk management as well as compounding. And I don't think that a lot of you guys understand that, even taking $100 or $50 out of the market is exceptionally hard to do on a day in and day out basis. And a lot of traders, almost 90-95% of them, fail because they don't understand that one sole fact. So again, even if you look at something very minimal, like $50 a day doesn't seem like a lot, right? $50 times an average of 5 days in a week is around $200 to $250, depending on slippage, fill times, commission, so forth and so forth. So let's just kind of go on the low end of things. If we were to say we can average around $50, now mind you, sometimes you're going to have a losing day. Sometimes you might make $200. Sometimes you might make $150. I'm just talking about an average on a 5-day rolling period of making around $200 a week. $200 a week times 4 weeks in the month is around $600 to $700, $600 to $800. Let's just call it that, right? If you could average $200 a week, obviously it's $800. But again, sometimes you have those losing days. Sometimes you have a little bit more trades where the commissions and fees are going to be racking up a little bit. So one thing that I want to tell you guys, especially for some of you guys who are trading on these prop firms, is you need to look at this as a business, and you really need to start managing your investments, meaning your evaluation cost and your fees, and looking at utilizing that as a tool to scale your business. Okay. So if you're able to make $200 a week, and let's say you're able to make $600 to $800 a month, you need to scale that across 10 accounts. You need to scale that across 20 accounts. When you start doing that is when you're going to have the clarity that you're looking for. It's when you're going to start to see the success that you are yearning for, that you desire, that you're dreaming about, that you're trying so hard to do. Now, a lot of times traders, they have one account and they're trying to make $5,000 a month. It's extremely hard to do that on a month over month basis, let alone on a 1 month basis. So looking at it from that kind of perspective is definitely setting you up to fail. I think you need to understand that pulling $50 to $100 a day or pulling $500 a month off one account is exceptionally well, considering that if you're trading prop firms on a $50,000 account, your drawdown is anywhere between $2,000 and $2,500. So to even make and pull $500 off that $2,000 to $2,500 is an exceptional milestone, right? Now, what needs to be done from there is you need to scale your business. And by scaling your business means that you need to constantly be working on new evaluations, new prop firms. You need to be adding more funding and managing more assets. It's not necessarily about scaling in a sense where I'm trading one micro contract today and, at the end of the month, I'm trading 5 micro contracts. If we can keep our trades contract size to anywhere between 1 to 3 micro contracts, and we can pull anywhere between $500 and $1,000 out of the markets a month, and we can kind of secure those payouts. Now it's just about getting and adding more accounts. Personally, for myself, I've got 2 funded accounts. I'm currently working on 2 more evaluations. Apex has just dropped the 90% off sale. I'm probably going to go out and buy another 10 contracts to get another 10 accounts to get started on working on. I look to have over 10 funded accounts before 2024. And if I can keep up the average of what I'm currently doing now, making, anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 a month per account, we essentially would be talking anywhere between $10,000 and $30,000 a month in profits. Okay. Even if we're only able to take out half of that because we want to leave a little bit of a cushion, we're potentially talking about anywhere between taking out $5,000 to $15,000 out of the markets, or AKA these prop firms, a month. Now, something like that would put you into the 6-figure ballpark. It would also put you into a level of clarity that you need to understand that you're doing things correctly. You would also be running a full-fledged risk management business at that point in time. I want you guys to look at yourself as a great risk manager. I want you guys to look at yourself as a good and exceptional money manager. I would like you guys to understand that compounding small days is how you're going to get payouts. Compounding small days is how you're going to have winning quarters and winning years and profitable years to come. So start analyzing things differently than what you're currently analyzing things. Everyone is in such a rush to get to an imaginary finish line that is not there. You are trying to compare yourself to everyone else when it's only you that matters. No one else, and I can promise you this, not me, not the next guy, not the next girl. Nobody cares how much you made or how much you're down. Nobody cares about your sad story. Nobody cares that you can't seem to understand it. Nobody cares that every trade you take is a loser. Nobody cares that your wins are smaller than your losses. Nobody cares. The only person who cares is you. So stop letting outside influence get to you. Start to understand, buckle down, have the discipline and the self-clarity to do what you need to do to get to where you want to go. Okay. So if you want to make $2,000 or $3,000 a month, I would say have 3 or 4 accounts where you're making $500 to $1,000 a month, and you stop. Take that $2,000 or $3,000 payout, do it again. Take that $2,000 or $3,000 payout, do it again. Add another account. Now you're taking a little bit more. Add another account. Now you're taking a little bit more. Once you start to really understand that, and once you start to really focus on that, things become a lot clearer. You stop trying to chase trades that aren't there. You stop revenge trading. As soon as you get that payout and you make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month, you start to understand that this business doesn't change. This business is the same. Its business has been the same since I've walked into it. It'll be the same when I walk out of it. You win some money, you lose some money. How much did you win? How much did you lose? Are we able to kind of manage that position and stay sane? Stay sane. A lot of you guys are getting mentally defeated and quitting and leaving the game before you even have the opportunity to, because you're just solely not doing what the fuck you need to do to become profitable. And that's first things first, is you need to identify the mistakes that you have. So I was speaking with a trader on Live Traders this weekend, or this week, and they told me that they only have 30 minutes to kind of trade in the morning, and a lot of the moves are coming after that, and a lot of the trades are taking off the bell are not working out. If you understand that that's your problem, nobody cares, right? And this is not to be direct, and again, if they are listening to this video, this is not to put you down, but this is to make you understand. Nobody cares that you can only trade the first 30 minutes of the market. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you that you can only trade the first 30 minutes of the market. Now, I'm not saying that you're looking for sympathy, and I'm not saying that you are looking to, have someone give you the right answer. But if we understand that that's a problem that we're having, we need to either adjust our trading style to swing trading. We need to adjust our position sizing to withstand the bigger moves if we swing trade, or we need to trade other instruments in other time frames when we do have the availability and the time to trade. We can't force ourselves to do something that everyone else is doing if we are not permitted the time. And that doesn't mean that we need to quit, pack our bags, and go on our way and tell ourselves that we can't do this. What it is meant to be, what is meant to be understood is that we have to make an adjustment, right? We have to make some type of adjustment to where we can be around enough, long enough to take trades to be able to make money. Again, when I take a losing trade and when I have a losing week, or if I have a losing day, nobody is going to care or give me sympathy that I had a losing day, right? So if I had to step away from the charts due to a family obligation and I couldn't trade for 3 days and I didn't make any money, no one's going to care. So I have to make the adjustment on my own as an adult trader, as an adult man, as an adult human being, to fix the problems that I'm currently making. And one of the problems, full transparency, that I'm working on right now is not oversizing on my futures trades. When I win small, I tend to want to take more size on the next move. I tend to want to take trades when it's very choppy. I tend to want to anticipate where the move is going to go and get in prior to that move confirming. That is a problem that I am working on a day in and day out basis. 2 times this week, if you were trading with me on Evolution Traders in the live chat, I was up, meaning I was green P&L, and I had to leave the charts and leave the live stream and do something else for a little bit because I felt the urge to want to do something that I knew was going to be very, very harmful. And I'm going into the end of the week really thankful and really appreciative that I was able to kind of control those emotions, because I walked away this week with a green week. I walked away with 4 out of 5 green days. Okay. So when you start to identify the problems that you're making and you start actively fixing them, it's like this. If I want to actively lose 15 pounds, well, I can't sit there and actively eat the same things that I was eating before. I have to physically get up and move around. I have to physically not put the food in my mouth. It comes down to self-discipline. And the way that this world is and the way that we've evolved as humans and in the technology and that has come, with social media and how everyone is so in tuned to their phones and in tune to this virtual life in the palm of your hands, has made us weak as individuals. It has made us soft as individuals. It has made discipline literally disappear. Okay. If you go back 40, 50 years and you were, growing up with, what am I trying to say here? 40, 50 years ago, as a child, you would have to get up and go help, your old man. You would have to get up and go help your mom. You would have to do things that you didn't necessarily want to do. You would have to get out there and earn your keep. Nobody cared if you had a little bit of a scratch on your knee. You would be told to rub some dirt on it and get back to what you were doing. Now, the day and age that we are is everyone and children are so coddled. It's made them soft. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Nobody can, your feelings and your rights should be, looked at first. I'm not saying that everyone has to be a hard ass, but you need to have a little bit of a level of discipline, a little bit of savagery, a little bit of self-accountability, right? Hold yourself accountable, because no one is going to care or give you sympathy for mistakes that you continue to make. Understand that there's not anyone out there in the world that can do and force you to do what you need to do. No one can force you physically to not put the food in your mouth. No one can force you physically to go work out. No one can force you physically to get your butt up off of the computer screen and go do something else when you're down, or do something else when you're profitable. If you guys want to trade with me each and every single day live, and you guys want to kind of tap into your mistakes and start putting in the work, right? I call it the work. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. If you want to start putting in the work to understanding and doing what you need to do to become a better trader, join Evolution Traders. The lifetime membership is going to be no more come the new year. I am stretched thin over the past 3.5, 4 years. A lot of traders continue to make the same mistakes. They don't want to change, and they don't want to make do when the rent is due. Okay. So it's very exhausting for me. I enjoy what I do, but I do not enjoy when people do not hold themselves accountable for the mistakes that they're making. So if you're serious about learning how to actually become profitable, and that means, you're probably playing too much size, probably holding losers too long. You're probably taking profits too quickly. You're probably lacking confidence. You're probably, not understanding and utilizing the same setups and entries and exits each and every single day. That's your fault. All those are your problems. If you don't want to actively work on your problems, how are you actively going to become a better trader? Just by throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that something sticks? That makes absolutely no sense. This is a serious business. This is an adult business. This is a man's business. This is a woman's business. This is not a child's game that you're playing. This is not a lottery scratch off. This is not the slot machine, at the casino. This is a grown-up's business. Treat it as such. If you would like to join, I'll see all of you guys on the inside. If not, I will continue to see you guys continue to lose on YouTube at a later date and time.